Good day everyone, we are the Group 6 and we will be reporting today the Chapter 6 Emotional Interaction. Emotions and the User's Experience. HCI has traditionally been about designing efficient and effective systems. Know more about how to design interactive systems that make people respond in certain ways. For example, to be happy, to be trusting, to learn, and to be motivated. Emotional interaction is concerned with how we feel and react when interacting with technologies. Effective computing is improving with better recognition, software, and machine learning algorithms. Emotional interaction. What makes us happy, sad, annoyed, frustrated, motivated, delirious, and so on? Translating this into different aspects of the user's experience. Why people become emotionally attached to certain products. For instance, virtual pets. Can social robots help reduce loneliness and improve well being? How to change human behavior through the use of emotive feedback. Try to remember the emotions you went through when buying a ticket item online. For example, a refrigerator, a vacation, or a computer. How many different emotions did you go through? Why has this simple way of obtaining visitors' feedback been so effective? Pulling at the heartstrings with an emotive message. Will you help someone take their first step out of homelessness today? How do emotions affect behavior and behavior emotions? Examine how people express themselves and read each other. Emotional intelligence. For example, understanding between facial expressions, body language, gestures, and tone of voice. When people are happy, they laugh and relax body posture. When they are angry, they screw up their face. Does being angry make you concentrate better or more distracted? When you are happy, do you take more risks such as spend more money or buy more? According to Baumister et al. 2007, argue the relationship is more complex than a single cause and effect model. Automatic affect versus conscious emotions. Emotions can be short-lived. For instance, a fit of anger or complex and long-lasting. For example, jealousy. Emotions have been categorized as automatic or conscious. Automatic ones are rapid and dissipate quickly. Conscious ones develop slowly and take a long time to go. For instance, reflection. According to Ortoni et al. 2005 model of emotional design, reflective, behavioral, and visceral. Claims from model. Our emotional state change how we think. We frighten or angry. We focus narrowly and our bodies respond by tensing muscles and sweating. More likely to be less tolerant. When happy, we are less focused and our bodies relax. We are more likely to overlook minor problems and be more creative. Designing the three levels in mind. Visceral design refers to making products look, feel, and sound good. Behavioral design is about use and it equates with traditional values of usability. Reflective design is about considering the meaning and personal value of a product. Analyzing a swatch design using the model. Cultural images and graphical elements design at the reflective level. Affordance of the use at the behavioral level. Brilliant colors and wild design attracts users' attentions at the visceral level.
Expressive interfaces. The expressive interfaces allow us to convey emotion, to provide satisfaction with empathy, and to delight the contextually aware illustration and animations. Convey an emotional state. Provide reassuring feedback that can be both informative and fun. Can also intrusive, however, causing people to become annoyed and even angry. Color icons, sounds, graphical elements, and animations are used to make the look and feel of an interface appealing. People are prepared to put up with certain aspect of an interface if the end result is appealing and aesthetic. In turn, that can affect the usability of an interface. The appearance of interface. Smiling apple face. Emotion icons were used into 1980s to indicate rebooting and crash computer. Beach ball. Nowadays, computers are more impersonal but aesthetically pleasing icons to indicate that the user needs to wait. The design of thermostats. Round face in simple dial, large and font and numbers. The Nest thermostats has the minimalist and aesthetically pleasing design. Utilitarian and dull. It is very different from earlier thermostats design. Annoying interfaces. Microsoft pioneered friendly interfaces for technophobes. For example, at home with Bob software. Microsoft Bob was an alternative to the typically desktop interface. Instead of columns of icons and a start menu, your desktop was virtually room. Everyone who used the computer could set up their own room, which was part of the large virtual house. 3D metaphors based on familiar places, for instance, living room. Agent in the guise of pets, such as bunny or dog, were included to talk to the users. Made users feel more at ease of comfortable. But many people did not like the idea of Bob, so it never made it as a product. Frustrating interfaces. This is described as a strong negative emotional state that users feel when they interact with technology or a computer system interfaces. Many causes. When an application doesn't work properly or crash. When a system doesn't do what the users want it to do. When a user's expectations are not met. When a system does not provide sufficient information to enable the users to know what to do. When error message pop up, the vogue obtuse or condemning. When the appearance of an interface is garish, noisy, gimmicky, and patronizing. When the system requires users to carry out the many steps to perform a task only to discover that a mistake was made earlier and that they need to restart all over again. Error message. The application word wonder has unexpectedly quiet due to a type 2 error. Why not instead? The application has especially quiet due to poor coding in the operating system. Niederman's classic guidelines for error message include invalid or bad audio warning, avoid uppercase and long code numbers. Message should be precise rather than dilemma. Should computer says they are sorry. Reeve and Nas 1996 argue that the computer should be made to apologize. Should emulate human etiquette. Would user be as forgiving of computer saying they're sorry as people are of each other when saying they're sorry? How sincere would they think the computer was being? For example, after a system crash, I'm really sorry I crashed. I'll try not to do it again. How else should computer communicate with users? Dilemma. Should voice assistants teach kids good manners? Many children talk to Alexa as if she was their friend. They also learn that it's not necessary to say please and thank you to her when asking question. This is a lack of using etiquette and etiquette a problem. Would it transfers owner to real life situation? For example, demanding auntie get my drinks. Parents should still teach their kids good manners. Alexa can be configured to be polite as well. How much parental control should voice assistant be given? Would children find it weird or creepy that their Alexa, who is their friend, nags them to clean their teeth? Effective computing and emotional AI. Effective computing is concerned with how to use computer to recognize and express emotion as human do. Picard 1998. It involves designing ways for people to communicate their emotional state. It uses sensing technology to measure GSR, facial expression, gestures, and body movement. Explore how to influence personal health. Emotional AI aims to automate the measurement of feeling and behavior using AI to infer them from facial expression and voice. The goal is to predict users' emotion and aspects of their behavior. For example, what is someone most likely to buy online when feeling sad, bored, or happy? Techniques used. Camera of measuring facial expression. Biosensor placed on finger or palm to measure GSR. Effective expression in speech, for example, intonation, speech, and loudness. Body movement and gesturing using accelerometers and motion capture system. Classification of emotions. 6 core expression typically measured: sadness, disgust, fear, anger, contempt, and joy. Type of facial expression chosen by AI through detecting presence of absence of: smiling, eye widening, brow using, brow furrowing, raising a cheek or opening upper lip, lips raising, and winking of the nose.
Facial coding using Afdex software. How is this emotional data used? If user screws up their face when an ad pops up, feel disgust. If users start smiling, they are feeling happy. Website can adapt its ad, movie, storyline, or content to match users' emotional state. If system used in a car, it might detect an angry driver and suggest they take a deep breath. Eye tracking finger pulse, speech, and word phrases also analyze when tweeting or posting to Facebook. So, nadidetect yung emotional behavior ng users. Indirect emotion detection, also used more to infer or predict someone's behavior. For instance, determining a person's suitability for a job or how they will vote in an election. Persuasive technologies and behavior change. Interactive computing system designed to change people's attitudes and behaviors. FAG 2003. A diversity of techniques now used to change what they do or think. Pop-up ads, warning messages, reminders, prompts, personalized messages, recommendations, or Amazon one-click, commonly referred to as nudging. So, gaya ng Shopee, pag nag-search ka ng item doon and magpapakita din yung item sa Facebook or some social medias that connected to some social medias. It will appear into other social medias. Nintendo's Pocket Pikachu, developed to change bad habits and improve well-being, designed to motivate children to be more physically active on a regular basis. owner of the digital pet that lives in the device is required to walk, run, or jump. If owner does not exercise, the virtual pet becomes angry and refuses to play anymore. So, ayun, yung latest na app is yung Pikachu din. No. Yung latest na app is yung tawag dito yung parang Pikachu din ba yun? Yes. Example nito is yung Pikachu. Yung parang nag-exercise ka din. Lumalakad ka din. Pero hinahanap mo yung animals. Something animals na And then, para mahuli yun, kailangan mo, para mahanap yung mga animals na yun, kailangan mo mag-walk to catch the animal. How effective? Can interactive technologies that monitor, nag, or behave like a human keep them interested in looking after it, and in doing so make themselves more fit? How does looking after a virtual pet change a child's behavior? Emotional attachment. Happy Pokemon makes them feel good. Sulking Pokemon makes them feel bad. So, ayun nga. Nakakatulong din to become physically fit kasi nga yung naglalakad ka and emotional attachment din siya kasi nga ayun, masayang maghuli ng pet like Pokemon and ayun. Tracking devices. Mobile app designs to help people monitor and change their behaviors. For instance, fitness, sleeping, or weight. Can compare with online leaderboards and charts to show how they have done in relation to their peers and friends. Also, apps that encourage reflection, which in turn increase well-being and happiness. So, ayun. Example din nito is yung wristband ay wristband ng pulse, ganun. Example yun. Nakikita mo kung ano yung pulse mo, okay pa ba yung breathing mo, ganun. May tracking devices na ganun na ngayon. Sustainable HCI. Focus on designing tech interventions to help people reduce their energy consumption. An effective technique is to provide homeowners with feedback on their consumption. Simple infographics and emoticons are often most powerful. Encourage people to reflect and see what they can change to reduce their energy consumption. Peer pressure and social norms are also powerful methods. So, sabi dito is, reduce their energy consumption. Reduce their energy consumption. Maliit lang yung energy na magagamit mo. Peer pressure and social norms are also powerful methods. So, it helps users to do easy and to work less and reduce energy consumption. The Tidy Street Project. Large-scale visualization of the street's electricity usage, stencil display on the road surface using chalk. Provide real-time feedback that all could see change each day. Reduce electricity consumption by 15%. Phishing scams. Web used to deceive people into parting with personal details. For example, PayPal, eBay, and you won the lottery emails. So, sa Google or some sites na napapasukan, may bigla-biglang nagpa-pop up na ads or something na kagaya ng PayPal na nanalo ka ng ganito, ganyan. And yung eBay, nanalo ka ng something like, pricey na gamit. Phishing scam yun. Allow internet fraudsters to access their bank accounts and draw money from them. So, gaya nung pinsan ko, ginamit niya ata yung Google and then, I know, wala ata siyang ginamit pero may kinuha si Google na pera niya, 700 plus ata or something. Ayun, gaya yun ng fraudster. Many vulnerable people fall for it. The art of deception is centuries old but internet allows ever more ingenious ways to trick people. Ayun nga. Kagaya ko rin, yung free iPhone na, yung spin the wheel, ganun. Syempre, parang nawiwili kang gawin din na mag-spin din. Ayun, dapat, hindi tayo matrick doon or hindi mag-spin. Kasi nga, hinahanap doon yung, yung ATM. Oo, ATM. Anthropomorphism. Attributing human-like qualities to inanimate objects, for instance, cars or computers. Well-known phenomenon in advertising, dancing butter drinks, and breakfast cereals. Much exploited in human-computer interaction, make users' experience enjoyable and motivating, make people feel at ease by reducing anxiety. Furnishing technologies with personalities can make them enjoyable to interact with. Evidence to support anthropomorphism. Reeves and Nass, 1996, found that computers that flatter and raise users in educational software programs result in positive impact on users. Your question makes an important and useful distinction. Great job. Students were more willing to continue with exercises with this kind of feedback. So, ayun, may mga positive feedbacks na nagsasupport sa anthropomorphism. That's all. Thank you for listening.